So what do you think about continuations of series that were complete? Does that even happen?
Yeah. Fooly Cooley.
Right, yeah.
Samurai Jack.
I was thinking I guess Samurai Jack wasn't really complete.
Less so Samurai Jack.
Yeah, like, I just read this and I'm like, oh yeah, like, manga adaptations, but it's like, no, I guess that, like, applies to pretty much anything.
Yeah. Fooly Cooley was, for all intents and purposes, Fooly Cooley was done, and then they did another, series, which I still haven't watched.
Yeah, it's alright. It's not gonna be as good as the original, but it's like, yeah, it was pretty good for, like, what they did with it, you know?
Yeah. I guess, would you consider Soul Eater not to be a continuation of Soul Eater? It's not, right? Because I think it...
it's a side story. It's like, like, My Hero Vigilante's a side story.
Right. The story plays out during the same time as
the
original series, kind of like Hacker's Memory.
Side note, Vigilante's great, and it totally needs an anime adaptation.
Was that the movie, or...?
It's the, like, side manga.
Oh, I still haven't watched the MHA movie.
Like, Vigilante is the story of, like, you know... like, a group of just, like, non-hero nobodies just dealing with, like, street crime during, like, the time period when, like, Eraserhead was the hero and, like, Stain was just starting out.
Ooh.
So it's like, you know, they just sort of go around and, like, effing, like, Knuckle Duster just fights Eraserhead. And Eraserhead's just like, oh my god, this guy doesn't have a quirk. He's just a burly as crap dude who punches guys.
He's just a beast.
He's just an effing beast. Also, yeah, Knuckle Duster is great. He's literally just like Frank Miller Batman. Just run around, just this mountain of muscle, just like punching out dudes with quirks. Yeah, continuations of series that are complete. Yeah, it's dumb, right? I mean, the thing was finished. No one asked for anything more, so why do it?
I don't know, was the Fooly Cooley bonus stuff good? If so, then fine.
Yeah, I feel like it was good, you know, like, people have very strong opinions, though. Because, like, the original Fooly Cooley was great, so, like, you know... it's, like, hard to really hit that exact same, like, feel for people pretty understandably.
There's also nostalgia, it's hard to...
Yeah. But, like, you know, they saw, like, a lot of the crazy imagery and, like, the band and stuff, and, you know, they, like, told some, like, pretty, like, solid stories with it, so, yeah, I'm fine with it.
I need to watch that.
Yeah. It's, like, it goes so, like... well, I was gonna say it goes some weird places, but, like, it's Fooly Cooley, and, like, you know, compared to Fooly Cooley, it's not that crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's, like, it's somewhere up there. And I'm more just, like, glad they at least, like, made an attempt, right?
Yeah. On the other hand, I've heard that the Samurai Jack continuation wasn't great.
Really? By who? The Samurai Jack continuation was awesome.
I heard a lot of people didn't like it.
Like, the ending is kind of like crap, but also makes a lot of sense. Because it's like, you know...
well, I might watch it.
Yeah.
Well, I might find some way to watch it at some point.
Just like the one final beat that, like, doesn't add up, and it's just like, oh, alright, I guess this just ends off a fine note. But it's like the things that happen, like, right before that are like, okay, yeah, this is exactly how this should work. Alright, yeah. And, like, all the stuff, like, before that's just, like, fantastic, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Scaramouche is the best. Yeah, those fish don't ask for anything more, so why do it? Can't believe people condone such an outrage. Ooh, coddle a career like that is no true fan.
Oh, you know what? Got a continuation that I'm not completely on board with.
Megalobox?
I've never seen it. Madoka Magica.
You need to watch Megalobox at some point.
Yeah, that's what everybody tells me. I don't really care, though.
I was like, I remember when I just first heard it's just like, oh yeah, it's like boxing with like robot arms. And it's just like, oh wow, that sounds like super dumb. And I checked out and it's like, oh alright, never mind, this is just rad.
I mean, I tried to get into Ippo, and I didn't care for that either. So
Yeah.
regardless of the sport, even if it's boxing, I don't care for sports anime.
Yeah, Ippo's like a way different feel, honestly. Because, like, Megalobox is just like, oh yeah, you just go in there and you just start, like, going for it, basically. Where Ippo's just like, there's just entire episodes of this single match. And these dudes just, like, wearing each other down and stuff. Until they're all, like, just bloodied and, like, effing, like, like, Talk is just, like, blind because his, like, effing, like, blood's in his eye and his, like, sockets are swollen and crap. And he's just like, I'm just gonna power through for another full episode and just wail on this dude until he dies.
Honestly, that sounds kind of boring.
It does. But, like, that's what Ippo is. It just keeps it going forever. And it's like, if you're into that, then great. But if not, then, like, holy crap.
Like, I don't think I watched enough of Ippo to see how many episodes it takes to get through a fight, because I don't think I even got to a point where Ippo really fought anybody.
Like,
not for real, at least.
It's generally around, like, 2 or 3, I think. And there's, like, an episode of, like, setup / cooldown in between. So it's, like, very constant and very, like, aggressive about, like, this is what this series is.
Look, it's like, oh, fighting, cool, but in, like, JoJo or Dragon Ball Z or whatever, they're recycled animations aside, well,
Yeah.
less so for JoJo, but, like, they're usually fighting in different locations and, like, getting launched through mountains and crap.
There's, like, character drives and, like, more motivations and stuff to it, I think.
In a boxing thing, it's like, they fight in the ring.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, how many ways can you throw a punch? And the answer is quite a few. But you still have to throw that punch.
A punch is still a punch.
Yeah. Just why I love that effing, like, grappler Baki. Just, like, the anime just immediately starts with effing dirty fighting. And it's just like, oh yeah, dudes are just, like, lighting other people on fire and crap. And it's like, oh, alright. That's how they get around it. By having just, like, a dude who just, like, throws dirt all over the ring and just becomes invisible. Because he camouflages into the dirt. Man, every single thing about Baki is the dumbest and also the greatest.
I heard it's good.
It's like, Baki gets sick and his girlfriend's like trying to save him. And she just like takes him into a cave where like it turns out Baki's just friends with a talking gorilla.
Oh, that's stupid.
And she's just sitting there like, what the frick is this?
Yeah, I don't. Look, there's a lot of anime, and everybody's like, "Oh, this is so good, just watch it." But
yeah,
I got so many. I'm still behind on Dr. Stone.
Oh man, that's like always the problem because there's like a million great things out there, and they all are like just competing for your time super hard.
Yeah, it's not like I don't have time. I have all the time in the world. I don't do anything, but
yeah, you just have to find that one thing that really hooks you and just like,
Yeah, well, I just don't want to sit there. Like, I just have to be in a mood to sit there and watch an anime for a while.
Yeah, that's fair.
So unless I'm in that mood, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
But we brought up Dragon Ball Z, and it made me think of the Xenoverse games, and then I started thinking about the Boruto, Naruto to Boruto, whatever.
Yeah.
Shinobi Striker. I started playing that game a little bit because they've added a lot of content and changed some things and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I might stream that.
Is it still rough?
I don't know. I haven't played online.
Interesting.
I was doing regular missions to reacquaint myself with how the game works.
Yeah.
I haven't played any online matches yet.
If there's just like, if the online is just dead, That's gonna be rough.
There are a bunch of people hanging out in the lobby.
Alright, that's probably a good sign then.
Yeah. Also, they added a dab emote.
Oh boy, like, that's the last thing Naruto needed, effing dabbing.
Yeah, they added a bunch of emotes, like, they added, like, killer bees, like, rapping poses and stuff, and, like...
Dabbing in Stone VR headsets.
Yeah, so... And it's like, and the emote isn't called anything... the dab emote isn't called anything, like, ninja-y sounding or whatever.
Yeah.
It's dab. It's just called dab.
I can't wait till the point they'll be effing, like, Boruto Shinobi Striker game lets you be a cyborg.
I mean, you could probably get, like, glasses that let you do it or something. It looks like...
Because there's just a dude...
Just get Shino's headset.
Yeah. There's a dude in Boruto who's literally a cyborg.
Yeah.
And it's the dumbest.
Apparently you can get one of Boruto's ninja, like his cheater ninja tool things.
Oh man.
I don't know how. I have one, but it's broken, so it doesn't seem to do anything.
Just use Boruto's cheat powers.
Yeah, it might have been an event or something.
Oh man, Boruto manga is so effing dumb.
Maybe I'll equip it and see what it does, if anything.
I can't wait till the game lets you experience 20 missions of Kawaki fixing a vase, just as the manga intended.
Well, I think we've talked about this before. There doesn't seem to be very much Boruto content, actually.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, like the characters around, you can get their skills, but all of the missions seem to be based on events from the original Naruto series.
Well, that's probably because, like, you know, the anime is, like, super behind. And it's, like, mostly doing filler arcs.
Yeah, well,
and
also...
because it's, like, filler, people are just like, oh, I don't care about this.
Well,
even
also...
though it's actually good.
Well, also, it's like a VR training program.
Yeah,
that
like makes sense.
That's how they justify the missions. And so you're replaying old events from Naruto's time.
Yeah.
But some of them feel made up. They probably are made up. Like, you go to Deidara's art exhibit where he wants to blow you up.
Yeah, that seems pretty made up, alright.
That mission is awful because Deidara is spawning a bunch of clay things that blow up at you while he runs around and throws crap at you.
So when you say an art exhibit...
He spawns a bunch of clay monsters and you fight them until you corner Deidara and then you fight him.
Yeah, that sounds way more normal.
Yeah.
Because, like, Deidara's whole thing is just like, oh yeah, like, explosions give art meaning, so, like, why do you just have things, like, on a shelf?
Yeah, I know. Deidara is like, my art exhibit is me blowing you up.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, cool.
That sounds way more Deidara.
And then he summons, like, these exploding clay dragons that shoot bombs at you, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, the C2 dragon.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, this is fun. By the way, you can get a C2 dragon as an ability.
Alright, that's pretty good.
You can get, like, his clay birds and his, the C2 dragon, and a thing where you blow yourself up.
Yeah.
You don't blow yourself up, you make, like, a clone of yourself and it blows up.
Alright, that makes a lot more sense.
It's an instant kill to anybody who's in front of it.
Oh boy.
It takes a while to go off, but yeah, if you're attacking someone who does that and you don't notice that it's a fake, like, if you take too long to realize that suddenly the guy you're attacking is expanding, then you're dead.
Oh man.
Last I played, Planetary Devastation was a bullcrap move that would suck you in from across the map and insta-kill you.
Yeah.
That one was bullcrap. I don't know if it still is. If it is, then people will probably be using it all over the place.
Oh, probably.
Or maybe not, because they added future Sasuke and his abilities recently. Including the ability to summon Susanoo.
Okay. Yeah, that seems pretty nuts.
Yeah. There's a video running down his ability. You can, like, if you're still paying attention to this, you can just go through this dialogue.
Yeah,
you don't have to.
Yeah, it's fine.
You don't have to read everything. But yeah, he's got like an ability where he can use his Renegon to switch spots with you.
Yeah, I think that like turns into his signature thing somehow.
Yeah. Well, what you do is I think it's one of Haku's moves where you place an ice trap, and you place it at your feet, and then you swap places with somebody.
Oh boy!
And you just teleport them into the ice trap, and it's like, there you go.
Yeah, how do you stop that?
I did play online, like, not competitive online, but I did play, like, a mission with somebody else who had Haku's crystal ice mirrors, and I had Deidara's, like, blow yourself up move, and they trapped somebody in the crystal ice mirrors as I was in the middle of it, and I used the explosion thing. So, like, Kabuto's stuck in the crystal ice mirrors while my thing is about to blow up.
Oh, that seems pretty, like, insane.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool combo. He's just stuck in the middle of, like, this thing he can't get out of while my thing's about to blow up on him.
Oh, man. Sounds pretty epic nuts busted.
Yeah. I want to get, Zabuza's skills and Haku's skills.
Oh, man, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something I forgot, like,
Something about Sasuke.
Maybe, probably, actually.
Renegon ice traps.
Renegon ice traps. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm just trying to bring up stuff we were talking about to
it's fine.
help you remember what you were trying to say.
This is definitely, like... Crap. Yeah, I'll just go on a different thing then, I guess, because, like, it's still bull... Wait, yeah, now I remember. Because it was very vaguely related to ice traps.
Okay.
It's just like if you're like played through KOTOR, I'd assume probably not.
No, I don't much care for Star Wars.
Yeah, it's just sort of like looking around. There was just like a random like scene I found. It's just like an 8-minute conversation with this random robot who's just like, oh yeah, let me like explain how to kill a Jedi.
Ah.
And he's just like, oh yeah, like if I see our dude like killing a Jedi with a blaster, I'll kill them myself.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because they just deflect the bolts anyways. It's like so easy for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like, no, if you want to kill a Jedi, what you need is mines, because they'll just charge at you like an idiot.
I was watching the Best Friends LP.
Oh man.
I actually started watching that because,
Did they ever get to 2?
No, they didn't get to 2 before the channel shut down.
Oh man.
But Wooly's saying that he's planning on playing it.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Cause like, there's some dumb crap.
As much as I
like,
don't... Sorry,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Like...
As much as I don't care for Star Wars, I've heard that new game is good.
Yeah.
On the podcast, Pat's like, it's like Dark Souls. And I'm like, huh, okay.
Yeah, I watched, like, I think it was, like, Roderick play it. Yeah, it's Roderick, and, like... Or Roderick, I should say. And it's like, you know, you just, like, swing at dudes, you have, like, a light attack, a heavy attack, and you just, like, roll to dodge.
Oh, crap.
And you dodge through things.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, yeah, like, this doesn't have the feel of Dark Souls because it's faster paced, but I can totally see the comparison.
That sounds fun. If there's one thing I do like about Star Wars, it's the thing that everybody likes, and it's lightsabers.
Yeah.
And space magic.
So I like earlier on the podcast there was like, oh yeah, there's like some dumb crap in the expanded universe.
Mm-hmm.
And I just looked up at this, it's just like, oh yeah, here's like the top 10 like weirdest lightsaber fighting styles.
Dark Souls, but in space.
And it's just like, oh yeah, here's just a dude who has his like armor that just has like lightsabers coming out of like the elbows and arms and crap. And it looks like the dumbest thing ever.
That's stupid, I love it.
It's just like, oh yeah, he just like swings his arms everywhere and just like, you know, just hits people with his lightsaber spikes. There's just like the dude at the end who's just like, oh, there's just like this random Jedi who uses like 2 double-bladed lightsabers.
Okay.
And it's just like, oh, that's so some practical crap ever, though. Because they'd be constantly getting into each other's way, right?
Well, the guy with the lightsabers on his arm seems pretty maybe not practical, but I could see how it could work.
Yeah, like
especially if he was trained to fight hand to hand, and it's like, oh, but I also have like instant kill zones on my arms.
Yeah. Like, that's the big thing about it, because, like, you know, there's a reason why, like, people historically didn't, like, just dual-wield, like, swords and stuff.
It's because it takes way too much concentration and skill to do it.
Well, that, and it's like, oh yeah, you're hitting someone with, like, one blade. Like, the other blade is just useless then.
Yeah.
So you're just using, like, two weapons just less effectively than you could.
Yeah, you could two-hand one weapon and put more force behind it.
Yeah. Whereas also another person who's just like, I remember some of the chat is just like, oh yeah, it's totally a person who like fights by like swinging around lightsabers with their mind.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I found that person. They're just like, they just like use their mind, just like throw around like 3 lightsabers at once, and that's just how they fight. But it's like sometimes it just doesn't work because the force is a thing. So in situations where it doesn't work, they have like a backup strategy where it's like, oh yeah, we just use one lightsaber and they just like turn off the blade so it can like go like through someone else's like defense and like they just turn it back on. And it's like, alright, that's kind of nutty.
I mean, yeah, you just throw the hilt or the handle of the lightsaber at them and then just turn it on when it hits them.
Yeah, and like they just like hold it and be like dueling, and it's like, you know, oh, you're gonna like block my attack, I'll just turn the blade off and just, you know, go through your block and like just stab you with it.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. Stupid risky because you don't have a blade to defend yourself, but...
Yeah, oh, definitely.
I mean, that would be an instance where 2 lightsabers would be pretty useful, actually.
Honestly, yeah.
Because one, they're weightless, so like you're using one to defend yourself, but you've always got the threat of the other one in your other hand, where it's like, oh, I got you blocked over here. Psst.
Yeah. And it's like, that's kind of what General Grievous does most of the time. Because, like, he was the 4 arms, so he just, like, blocks people with 2, and he, like, brings out his other arms, and then just, like, stabs them.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, what are you gonna do about this? There's, like, also dudes who are like, oh, yeah, I, like, trained to, like, fight while flying and crap. Because I just have wings as, like, an alien and stuff.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah, it's like one dude's just like a just random effing snake man with 4 arms.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, I'll just like, you know, just use one lightsaber. My other 3 hands are doing force crap at like all times. And it's like, alright, yeah.
The wings seem a little excessive though, considering you can just fly with the force apparently.
Yeah, you just helicopter the lightsaber. That's still the effing dumbest.
I like it.
You spin the double-bladed lightsaber around for like the helicopter imagery, and you just fly off.
Yeah. Less so that, and more so the ability to like spin a dual, like you're using a dual-bladed lightsaber, but then you can hit a thing to make it spin.
Yeah. Well, they don't even hit a thing. You just like manually spin it.
Oh.
Like, if you hit a thing, that'd be like, you know, something else.
Like press a button on the hilt or something.
Yeah, like you have them like, you know, around like the thing you're grabbing, so it just spins around at max speed.
Yeah, like you have a handle, like a handle that you hold on to, and then it like circles around your hand.
There's like a ring that the lightsabers are connected to.
Yeah, and then it's got like a mechanism in the middle that makes it spin.
Yeah.
And that would be pretty cool, because you could be fighting, like you'd be fighting with your dual-bladed lightsaber, however you would do that.
Yeah.
It seems like you're playing with fire with a weapon that like kills you in one hit if you accidentally swat yourself with it.
Yeah. Like, that's really some, like, General Grievous crap, honestly.
Yeah.
Just like spinning his hands around and like spinning his torso around at the same time.
It's like I'm a whirlwind of lightsabers. What are you
Yeah,
gonna do?
what now? Man. It's like the best one in the effing like animated series that like Tartakovsky made. Where he just starts spinning and everyone's just like, oh crap, what do we do about this? And they just back off.
Couldn't they just blast him with force powers?
They try, but he's like too fast for it. And then Mace Windu does get it off. And that's why Grievous sucks later on. Because he just like crushes his little like organ jar. And after that, Grievous is like a crazy cop and he was always like running away from fights and stuff.
No, because he's been crippled to the point where he can't fight.
Yeah, it like slows him down too much. There's just like compilations of like the CG cartoon where like Grievous is just like always running away, laughing maniacally and like, you know, getting his like arms cut off and just getting wrecked by various people. It's just a bunch of like the Jar Jar like, you know, race just like stabbing him with spears and he's just screaming. And he just like slowly drag him off.
Force lightning is like a Sith thing only, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's dumb. You know what would have solved the problem of the spinning General Grievous?
Force lightning.
Freaking lightning.
Oh man.
But lightning damaging people to force is evil. Shut up.
Yeah, like...
If they're gonna use it on us, then we should use it on them.
Gain the powers, dang it. Use your, like, your tiny will people to the fullest extent. The midichlorian bullcrap for the Force gods.
Yeah. Because that's something else, or that's something that the Wooly in the Knights of the Old Republic LP, he's like, he goes full Sith from the very beginning.
Oh, man.
And they're talking about, like, the Force and, like, what it means to be a Jedi and a Sith and whatever, and it's like, you know, the Jedi kind of suck, huh?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Wooly's getting crap done. Even if in some situations he's doing it in, like, the most, intentionally evil way possible.
Yeah.
Like, there's a Romeo and Juliet thing at some point where Wooly, he, eggs them on to the point where the whole family kills each other.
Oh, man.
And Wooly walks away, and then he gets questioned by, like, this dude who's, he's, like, the same kind of alien Yoda is. And Wooly's character is like, nope, don't know nothing about that.
Oh, man. That sounds like effing, like, what's his face? Like, Kiritsu from, like, effing Fate Zero. Where his whole thing is just, like, effing, like, yeah, like, I don't care about being, like, just or, like, fair. I just want to get crap done and be effective.
Well, Wooly's character's gimmick is that she wants to get paid.
Yeah. Like, he's effing, like, mage assassin that just goes around, like, sniping effing, like, wizards. And it's like, oh yeah, this is awesome.
The best part about Wooly being, I don't know nothing about that, is the alien, the Yoda guy is like, there's something off about what you're saying, but I believe you.
Yeah.
And, like, they're just losing it because it's like, oh my god, he's so stupid.
Oh, man. Like, did you hear about effing, like, Disney removing the Baby Yoda gifts?
Yeah, something about copyright? I don't know.
Yeah. Because they're just like, oh, I guess this is copyright, so we should do this. And it's like, but this is the only reason people are watching your show, dang it.
Nobody cares about the Mandalorian except for the Baby Yoda.
Yeah, people only want to see Baby Yoda. Oh, man. Like, are we done with dumb Star Wars nonsense?
I guess. I don't even know what got us off on that.
Me, honestly.
Nah.
Because, like, ice traps, so it's like, oh yeah, just blow people up with explosives.
Got it, right. Yeah, we went from this to Naruto, or to Dragon Ball Z. This got us onto the topic of Fully Fully, which somehow got me onto Dragon Ball Z, which somehow got me to Naruto, which somehow got us to Star Wars.
To Star Wars and those, like, you know, peace-loving pseudo-pacifists.
Jedi suck.
Did you hear about how, like, apparently Dragon Ball Z's, like, super big in Mexico? Like, it's just super huge, and they're, like, holding, like, just public screenings of the new Dragon Ball Super episodes. The people were, like, just hyping up with, like, posters and stuff. They're just, like, hyping up the new, like, Jiren match, like a big MMA fight, where it's like, oh yeah, Goku says, like, he's gonna, like, beat Jiren, come down to the strip club, and we'll, like, watch it.
Amazing.
There's just, like, posters that basically read, like, if Goku wins, everyone present gets a lap dance.
Oh my god.
And it's like, yes, come down to the strip club to watch the big Goku Jiren fight. And we'll all, like, just hype them on. And apparently it's like Toei just heard about this, and they're just like, hey, don't do that. Because we hate fun over here.
Yeah.
Like, they got involved with, like, the gore, and they, like, came to a conclusion that it's like, oh yeah, you didn't, like, do this, just, like, just mention this as, like, a Toei show before, like, the episode starts and stuff. And that's, like, they're sort of, like, like, kind of, what's the word? They're, like, blah, 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 the, like, thing, the, like, agreement.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's stupid. They're not obligated to advertise for Toei. Especially not in a completely different country.
Man, apparently it's like, that's what's up with the effing, like, Gogeta music. Because people at Toei, like, heard about that, and they, like, looked into it. And they're just like, oh man, like, these people just, like, shouting to, like, hype up the match is pretty rad. Let's, like, work this into our fight song.
Oh, that's what's with the stupid Broly song?
Yeah, that's why it's just like, yeah, go, Gogeta, go. And it's like, yeah, they're trying to, like, hype dudes up.
The song's awful.
Oh, it's great. Like, you go back and you listen to that song, and you can totally feel that that's where they're coming from. Because I think they would have the whole, like, like that sort of number.
I just thought it was incredibly cringy.
Oh boy.
Where it shows like Goku is like Kakaroto versus Broly, and like it like goes over to Broly, and it's like, what is going on?
That's great though.
No, it's stupid.
I love it.
It's not a goddamn sporting event.
I don't care. It needs to be set up like we need like hype men just off to the side. Just being like, yeah, do it, Goku. It's just like going on.
Stupid.
Like we need Hercule just off to the side. Just be like, Goku da da. Just hype it up the match. I think we're done.
Yeah.
Alright.